All right, what's going on, everybody? It's your good old boy JR coming to you live from Las Vegas, Nevada. As always, it is a pleasure to talk to you guys on this beautiful Tuesday where we get to recap everything Raiders. I got my Raider shirt going on. Happy Halloween to everybody that does celebrate it. Please be safe. Please have fun. Enjoy the moments with your kids, yourselves, everything like that. It is time, though, to talk about the Raiders on this Silver and Bro show. Another tough outing for this football team. Just brutal, man. I There's really nothing more I can say other than halfway through the season, and we're just destined to just be a terrible team. We're just destined to go there. And it wasn't even so much that the scoreboard, is going to say this or that, but honestly, I got to give props to where props are going to be given, and I got to just grieve out everything that I saw yesterday. So let's just get right into it. The Las Vegas Raiders dropped the Monday Night Football matchup against the Detroit Lions. Just tough outing, when you really look at it. When in the beginning of the game, you just see the defense. It seems like they're just getting better. They're getting better, and they're the unit that's improving, which is so weird because we've always asked for a good enough defense, and we finally got a good one. How Max Crosby played yesterday, Marcus Peters with the pick six, a couple turnovers. It's just baffling to me. That our head coach, an offensive minded coach, is just throwing it all away, and for what? This was, it's just top to bottom. Everything top to bottom about the Raiders is just terrible. It's just bad. It stinks. It stinks. It's worse than some newborn baby poop crapping, for the first time. It's just bad. It's bad for this football team, and I don't know where to go from here. There's really nothing more to do here for this football team. You're halfway through the season. We know what you are and we know what you are. You're a good enough defensive unit to hold up until your offense starts spiraling out of control. And here we are again. The defense caused a turnover, the offense turns it right back one play later. I don't know how we see the reactions from the players when it comes to Devontae, when it comes to Max Crosby, when it comes to Hunter Renfro and Josh Jacobs, and all the comments and everything from the post game has literally told me this is a squad that has completely given up on what the head coach is trying to give or to sell. Some of the comments yesterday, they were just bad. The frustration of Devontae. And I'm not a lip reader, so I don't know what he really said, but obviously, when you slam your helmet, say a few words, and after the game is over, you just run to the locker room. He's part of the problem too. You can't. A couple weeks ago, after we got a win, a few weeks back when we got a win, all he said, got up on the podium, is like, nah, I want greatness. And if you guys want to win more, you guys have to target me more. And you guys have to throw me the ball and give me the ball. That's fine. But when we do throw you the ball, you can't hold on to it. You're dropping. You dropped a crucial touchdown pass last week against Chicago. And you dropped a crucial third down pass. And I get it. It probably could have been a little thrown, but you're Devontae Adams, or so you say. You want this pressure, and well, you're going to get criticized when things go right. You're going to get criticized when things go wrong. You just were not that guy. You're just not that guy right now. Hunter Renfro being asked, like, hey, how do you feel about going into the trading deadline? And it's like, oh, I'm willing to help any team, whether it's here or somebody else. So you can already tell he's already checked out. He's already done for the year. He was already counting his blessings, getting ready to go play for another team because that's what it looked like when he made those comments. I'm willing to help, whether it's the Raiders or somebody else, meaning he was already ready to move on. He's ready to move on. You got Mad Max again going up there, talking to the media, saying, we did everything we could and, we played our hearts out. Yes, Max, your unit played your hearts out again until your offense kept screwing you over. It hurts. It hurts because you want to believe in a team. You want to believe in a team. You never want to say anything bad about your team, but this team, they're just downright awful. They're downright awful. Jahmyr Gibbs had a great day. Sam Laporta had a great day. The quarterback, Jimmy Garoppolo, didn't complete a pass to a wide receiver until the second half. Second half. And I have a head coach who promptly goes to the podium for a press conference and says, we have to do better. We have to do better. I'll give him this. Did he probably call a good game yesterday? Maybe. Is it the fault? And this is the thing where it's going to get in between the lines of where you stand on this franchise. You either hate McDaniels or you hate the players not executing the plays. For me, I'm on the line of, I don't think McDaniels is a head coach. I think he could be a good offensive coordinator, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I don't think he's a head coach. It's just, it seems the players, even after having a powwow meeting to just let everything out of the air, he still calls that type of game. He still calls that type of, it's still that type of feeling of, man, we can't get nothing right. There's nothing right that they can do. The fact that he goes into the podium and says, the way the season's going, Jimmy G gives us our best chance to win. If he's our best chance to win, then start the rookie. You have to start the rookie. You're already down in the dumps. And this is where I am with starting the rookie. With Jimmy G, I already know it's the worst thing that can happen now is we get shut out all week. That's like a real worst case scenario at this point, is that we get shut out each week with Jimmy G at the helm at quarterback. But with Hayden, even if we lose with Aidan O'Connell, we can literally be like, hey, you know what? Our franchise isn't going to fold on a fourth rounder, and I'm okay with that. We just don't have the quarterback situation. I think this is the worst quarterback situation. Literally, like in 10, 12 years, maybe. And I get it. With Jamarcus, he was just plain awful. But at least with Bruce Gradkowski and Jason Campbell and Palmer, there was a little bit of hope. They were just on some bad teams. This is just bad all the way around for the Raiders. This is just bad. Offensively, defensively, there's nothing more I can say. They just got gassed. That was the issue at the end of the game. They just got gassed. When your offense keeps going 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, your defense is going to get gassed eventually. And I know there's going to be fans out there. Well, it's the defense's job is to, stop them and everything. Same thing it's been for a long time. You know, our offense sucks. Here we go again. And it hurts this year because at least collectively in years past, the offense and the defense sucked. So we were just a crappy team. The reason I think these games hurt more is because we finally have a good enough defense, but our offense, led by that guy, I'm good. I don't know what to expect next week. I could tell you this. I'm probably on the boat of maybe possibly there's a real possibility they can lose to the Giants. I'm not even joking with you. Daniel Jones will probably have the best game of his career because our offense can't do anything. Our offense can't do anything. And it sucked because a few weeks back when they went 3-3, I came on the show and I said they have to capitalize on these wins. They have to. Because then it's all for naught. And I don't want to be that guy. Like, why did we win these meaningless games and everything like that? I want these guys to win. Of course, I want these guys to win. This is my team. This is my team. If I could, I would want them to win every single game. Why wouldn't I? But when you see how, for the people that ever went to a game in Oakland and saw the intro, hell, even here in Vegas, there are 31 teams in the NFL, and then there are the Raiders. That's what it is. There are 31 normal run franchises, and then there's us. And I don't like this word. I don't think that Reggie McKenzie, Mike Mayock, and David Ziegler are liars. Or, I don't think they're liars, but I don't think what credentials do they have to be making decisions like this? I understand Reggie probably gets a pass because he was the first true general manager and he didn't have a lot of cap space. He didn't have a lot of draft capital. And his best draft class to keep him around for a little bit longer was that 2014 draft class. That's great. Then Gruden came in with Mayock, and it's a disaster. The wins were accumulating, but those draft classes, I think there's one draft. I think it's the Amik Robinson draft class. I think everybody's either out of the league or they're like practice squad dudes or something. I don't know. I really don't know. Um, you have Ziegler's draft class last year, and you can already tell there's little to no impact on that, draft class. I mean, Parham is nice. God, I can't even name you another dude. And then you look at this draft class, and there's really nothing. There's nothing to show for it. Yeah, Michael Mayer made 2 catches, but the fact that 2 catches for a tight end that you drafted in the second round, you mean that's unacceptable. That is unacceptable. And again, it could be that maybe Josh McDaniels did have a good game plan, but the players maybe didn't execute it. I don't know. But this is the issue, whether you're on the player side or whether you're on the coaching side or whatever side you're on and what line on the sand you want to stand on. The fact of the matter is this: how the players responded after the game has shown me, regardless if it was good play calling or terrible play execution, this team has quit. They are done. They have quit this season. And the sad part is, if they really wanted to, they can muster some wins and still be in the playoff hunt, but that's not going to happen. Not with this roster. When I have Josh Jacobs getting asked the question, Josh, this offense is not finding a rhythm, haven't been able to score 20 points all year. By the way, this offense, statistically, is worse than the bed and breakfast offense that we had in Art Shell's second stint as the head coach of the Raiders. and you ask Josh Jacobs, Josh, this offense is getting in rhythm. You guys haven't scored 20 points only once. You scored only 20 points, and that was just due to a defensive play. This offense today had the same amount of points as the defense scored today. What do you guys have to do to fix this offensive issues? When you're wearing AC, it would have been one thing if maybe Amir Abdullah responded this way, Samir White responded this way, Nesta Jade Silvera, anybody, not that important, but maybe somebody that we don't look to kind of help this team get in the right direction, respond in the way that Josh Jacobs said and saying, that's not my job, then why are you wearing the C on your chest, bro? You literally said, that is not my job. And then you have Devontae saying, I don't want to say anything because the media will screw it up on how I say it. There's no screwing it up, Devontae. There is no screwing it up. You said what you said at the podium 2 weeks ago, and what you said about the media and everything. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to call you out on that. You said that a couple weeks ago. You said what you said a couple weeks ago. Prior to that, you said you just want to win. Don't care about the stats. All of a sudden, when we started winning and we force fed you in Chicago, now we're losing, and now you're saying you don't want the media to twist your words? Nah, Devontae, that's on you, bro. That is strictly 100% on you. Again, whatever you decide on, whatever line on the stand you want to stand on, whatever spectrum you are as a fan, regardless, I think Raider Nation, every Raider fan can agree this team has quit on what Josh McDaniels is trying to sell. It is not working. It is not in anybody's favor. So what's the next steps? The trade deadline was today. Nobody got moved, and we weren't buyers or sellers when it looked like we were going to be one or the other. Probably more on the selling side than on the buyer side, but I thought, they were going to do some selling after the fiasco yesterday, but it didn't happen. So here we are again. It's trade deadline is officially over. It ended 4 hours ago. So now there's a decision to be made. What's the next step for the Raiders? The next step for me is they play the New York Football Giants on Sunday at Allegiant Stadium in Vegas. And I can already tell you, listening to Raider Nation Radio, listening to Raider, on the Raider Nation Radio, I can already tell you 100%. Any Raider fan that is probably going to go to this game, guys want you to be calm. Please come to the game. Voice your frustrations. Voice everything that you want to do. But do not do anything. Do not do anything to hurt yourself, to hurt others, to anything. I know you want this man fired. Majority of us do. But it is no risk of going into the stadium and wanting to cause trouble, wanting to cause anything. Sure, your the funny signs, that's fine and dandy, but don't do anything to hurt anybody on the team, hurt anybody on the staff. It's not worth your time. Because remember, these guys are still getting paid millions. They do not care. We can be 0-8 for all we care, and they would still be getting paid the same. Instead, let's come together. This is where I think fandom has to meet reality. We all have different opinions on how we think the Raiders should be run after this game. and what decisions have to be made and what direction the team should go. We all have different opinions about it. For me, we have to come together as Raider fans. This is embarrassing. This isn't the name calling, the attacking each other. This is where I think I have to draw the line as a Raider fan. I want everybody to come. I hope Raider Nation comes on Sunday, and I know I see people. As long as McDaniels is there, I'm not going to waste my money. That's great. That's you, bro. But for the fans that do come game, enjoy yourself, cheer on the team, but don't do anything to harm yourself, harm anybody around you, or harm anybody on the field. Because it's not going to matter at the end of it. It's not going to matter. Do we all have difference of opinions on where the team should be running or how the team should be run? 100%. I'm one of them. This is why I do this on Tuesdays, for the entertainment purposes on how I think the Raiders should be run. But as fans, we have to come together. We cannot fight with each other. That's what they want. That's what the world wants. That's what the league wants. Is for us to fight without amongst each other. We know Jimmy G is about as useful as Dopey from the Seven Dwarfs. We get it. But it's still his life, and he can do whatever he wants. If he wants to play terrible, let him play terrible. It's his life. It's his legacy. All these years of being a winner is being tarnished. In the last 8 games, all of that label of him being a winner is being tarnished. That's him. The direction for me right now, how I see it, we play the Giants on Sunday, and the Giants made some interesting moves. Leonard Williams has been traded, and right now, Daniel Jones looks like he's coming back. It looks like he has a chance. I mean, it's a game time decision, but I mean, if history has shown us, he'll be ready to go, especially after that Tyrod Taylor injury and, the DeVito kid. Hey, poor outing for him, man. And I really hope he's not down on himself. But you know what, man? You did what a lot of people wish they could have done in playing the NFL, and you did that. Was it the outing you probably wanted? No. But I really hope the kid, doesn't take it too hard. I hope he understands that, hey, you were just up against a great defense, and it happens. They made Patrick Mahomes look bad. It's just a good defense, kid. And I hope the DeVito kid, if anybody Giant fan sees this, send it to the DeVito kid, the quarterback, the rookie quarterback, and just you did what millions of people want to do, and you got to do it. Was it your best outing? No, but that doesn't mean that's going to be your last opportunity. But as far as the Giants go, I think offensively, this has to be for the Raiders offensively against the Giants. There's really nothing more I can say. Whether you want to stop the run, develop the run, develop the pass. Offensively has already shown me that they don't have the fortitude to do anything. So offensively is not even worth talking about, other than you have to watch out for Kayvon Thibodeaux because it's tough. And Brandon, man, thank you, man. It's tough, man. It was tough, bro. It was tough to see that. That was we were hanging in there for a little bit, and then it just fell apart. It happens. It happens. But offensively for the Raiders, they have to keep Kayvon Thibodeaux in check. He has been increasing his play very well. He has been improving his play very well these last few weeks. And, that's one guy offensively the Raiders have to look out for, especially the offensive line. They have to look out for him. They have to do everything they can to try to contain him. On the defensive side, just keep doing what you're doing. Turn the ball over. Try to stop them, try to contain them. There was a lot of moments where it was just a lot of bending, but don't break. Eventually, though, when your offense keeps going 3 and out, you're just going to break. And that's what happened. But the one thing is, with Saquon Barkley back, you got to contain him. You have to contain Saquon Barkley. You have no other choice than to contain Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley is going to be the difference if the Raiders win the game or lose the game. That's going to be the difference. If the Raiders win, it's because they did enough defensively to give the offense a chance. Because all of a sudden, it's not like the Giants can play football too, because they've been down on their luck with a banged up offensive line, banged up wide receiver core, banged up team, and all of a sudden they can suddenly play football against us. It wouldn't shock me either, but it is what it is. So for me, for my money, offensively, you have to contain Thibodeau. Defensively, you have to contain Saquon Barkley. And I do believe now, I said a few videos back, the only way I feel like Josh McDaniels' seat can get hotter is if things are spiraling out of control. After today's trade deadline, we're gonna finish with him. But should Mark Davis keep Josh McDaniels for a third season? That's where we stand. So I will give out predictions, but that is going to be tomorrow when I do my prediction show with my brother Brandon, who happened to join us for a little bit here on Instagram Live. But that'll be tomorrow, 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Me and Brandon will go over Week 9 games and make our predictions for the games. So tune in tomorrow here at this place, Jack's Wild Sports Show at 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I will be back next Tuesday to recap everything Raiders as far as the New York Giants game. And next week we take on this Sunday we take on the Giants. The following week we take on the Jets. I think today was the last day to do a switch or a flex for the Sunday Night Football games. So I don't know. So I don't know if it's going to be a Sunday Night Football matchup or if it's going to be flexed. But until everything, we will know until then. But again, thank you all so much for tuning in today. I hope you're enjoying the content. I enjoy bringing this content to you. I love what I do. You know, I love doing this, and I love talking about the Raiders. I know today seems like a very down episode, but it is what it is. You know, and this is where we have to take the hit. We move forward, and hopefully, there's some success against the Giants this week. So again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We will be back tomorrow here on Instagram Live at the All Sports Talk podcast on Instagram Live. But if you want to catch us out on YouTube, it is Jack's Wild Sports Show. So again, everybody have a wonderful night. Happy Halloween. Please be safe. Enjoy the memories with your family, loved ones. And until then, go Raiders. We'll see you guys tomorrow.